Good morning. Welcome to the Chari Torah Halacha Minute for Friday, the 22nd of January. We've been talking about shoes for the last couple of days. What about a bracha? So the sages did, in fact, establish a bracha, a blessing for putting on shoes. It's Sha'asali called Tzarki, blessed is God who makes sure I have everything I need. The fact of the matter is we do not recite this bracha when actually putting on shoes. Rather, we say them in the sequence of morning brachas that we do in shul. Of course, nowadays we're davening at home, so you say those in the sequence of morning blessings. The poskim discuss the wording of the bracha, Sha'asali kol tzarki, who provided me with all my needs. Chachma Shlomo explains that it's based on the Gemara's directive that you're required to sell your possessions in order to buy a pair of shoes. If a person doesn't have shoes, they should sell what they have to buy shoes. So one who has shoes doesn't have to sell anything. In other words, you have what you need. Other poskim say that the shoes enable a person to travel where he needs to go or she needs to go and buy whatever they need. There's a major dispute in the poskim whether you say this bracha when you're not wearing shoes. When you're not wearing shoes, Tisha B'Av and Yom Kippur. Tisha B'Av and Yom Kippur, of course, we're not wearing leather shoes for different reasons, so we do not. Most poskim say you say the bracha, but others have the custom to not make this bracha, omit it on Tisha B'Av and Yom Kippur when we're not wearing leather shoes, rather wearing slippers or Crocs or sandals or sneakers, anything that's not the regular leather shoes. Okay, so that's that. What about removing shoes for duchening? So Kohanim, listen up. Chazal, the sages instituted that the Kohanim should remove their shoes when they duchen, when they say the priestly blessing on Yom Tov and on Shabbos and even every day in Israel. Gemara explains that we're concerned that the Kohen's laces might rip right before davening and he'll get busy fixing his shoes to duchen. So other people will interpret this as a negative sign. Others say that the shoes are not worn in order to spare the congregation having to look at people's shoes up on the duchen there. So the shoes are placed under the chair out of sight of the tzibur. Seems to me also logical, but I haven't looked it up, haven't researched it, that the Kohanim would serve in the temple, would serve in the Beis HaMikdash barefoot. They didn't want anything intervening between themselves, their bodies, bottom of their feet, and the temple floor. So they would not wear shoes then. Okay, so this all raises the question, what about the bracha of Shechianu? We've spoken before about the bracha of Shechianu when a person gets a new suit or a new talis, a new garment, a new hat, something like that. Many people are accustomed to say the bracha Shechianu. Thank God for bringing us to this time when we're able to enjoy new things. What about shoes? Does that apply to shoes? So it says one does not recite the bracha Shechianu when purchasing articles of clothing which do not give simcha. Shoes fall into this category. One would not normally recite Shechianu when buying shoes. If you feel simcha when buying a particular pair of shoes, some say that you could say Shechianu. The Rama, Rabbi Moshe Israeli, is commenting in Shulchan Aruch, says that you normally wish your friend tevala v'titchadesh when you buy a new item. This custom does not apply to new shoes. The reason is that how do you get shoes? Usually an animal is killed in order to create the shoes. That's where we get leather for the shoes. The Rama says not such a strong reason, but many are careful not to say it. Some poskim say that those who do not say tivalev v'titchadesh should also omit the bracha of Shechianu. This is the custom. The correct formula is tivale v'titchadesh. Some people simply say titchadesh. This is incorrect. Tivale v'titchadesh, you should wear it out and get a new one, is what we say for new clothing, but not necessarily for shoes. Again, because of this need of how the issue of how we obtain the leather. So vegetarians very concerned about that also. Okay, let's pause there. We'll continue after Shabbos. Just remind you that this afternoon candle lighting is 4:57 p.m., 3 minutes before 5. Unfortunately, this Shabbos we're not convening in shul for a minyan. If we were to do that on Friday evening tonight, it would be 5:05 p.m. would be the time for mincha and Kabbalat Shabbat. Tomorrow morning, 9:15, but we're not, as we say, gathering for a minyan due to the province's request that everyone stay home as much as necessary. So we're not gathering for a minyan. Shabbat ends at 6:03 p.m. So if you click on the Zoom Havdalah link in your email about 6:13, you'll be able to join us for a very pleasurable and delightful Zoom Havdalah. So think about that for the end of Shabbat. Wish everybody a good Shabbos, a peaceful, restful, and healthy Shabbat Shalom, and we will be in touch afterwards. Have a good Shabbos.